Hello everyone. In this session we're going to see how to make the payslip, so how to calculate the payment, few addition and deduction on the payroll. So first we have to open the company. Say open our X Limited, the business, and from here we have to go to the payroll. Now on the payroll you're going to see the name of the employees. We have 2 employees here, and of course if you have more employees you can see the list here. Top of that there could be a monthly employee, there could be a weekly employee at the same times. For example, for this one we can see we have only monthly employees, and we are in month number 11 because we are in February and the tax year is normally finished on March. So for example, the next month will be the end of the tax year and April will be the first month. So every year April to March is basically the tax year for the payroll. So let's have a look one of the employee here. So you open the first employee, and we like to say we pay him monthly. For example, if I say monthly is £1,000 or £2,000, for example, £2,000 we pay monthly. And as soon as we enter the basic amount, we're going to see how much is the gross, how much is the tax, national insurance, and everything. So in the right corner you can see here we have a basic pay £2,000, and we have the taxable pay, the national insurance, employee NI, employer's NI, net pay. Net pay is the amount that comes to the employee's bank account. Obviously it's not a big deal to understand that, so all this PAY will be deducted from the payslip. Then after we want to, if we like to add any sort of payment, for example it is a monthly pay, for example if I like to say it is a hourly pay, even I can add the hourly pay with the monthly pay. For example if I say it's £20 per hour, I can change it the way I want, so you can always edit the standard hour. So if it is 20, 10, whatever it is, you can always make it, and you sell like 50 hours work for the whole month for another reason. Sometimes it's happen one employee can have a different rate. For example, if a teacher, when the teacher teach, maybe the rate is £20, but when they do the admin work, maybe the rate is £15. So you can put like 2 rate for the different number of hour, or for the whole month, or for the whole week. So you can set up the way the business organized for the employees. The next one is the statutory payment. Statutory payment happen when employee is sick, or maternity, paternity, shared paternity. All this statutory payment will come on the statutory pay section. All you have to do, you have to select the calendar from here. So for example, if an employee was sick from let's say from 7 to 13 of February, so you need to select 7 to 13 for the whole week. The employee was sick, and as soon as you select the calendar, the new option will be appear on the right corner. So you can see here we have some different option, and we can say like what type of absent it was. It was like statutory for what. Could be absent, could be sick, could be maternity, could be paternity, anything. So let's say we go for the sick payment. It says a sick leave. Now we can see there is a COVID related sick pay, because this is a new option appear because of the COVID. Normally this COVID normally you're not going to see on the payroll, but because of the COVID period, now you'll see the new option for the COVID period. So if you choose for the COVID, it will give you a separate report for the COVID sick pay. Now let's say it is a normal sick pay, and you can see as soon as you see that, the option will be appear here. So you can see we have now sick pay for the calendar, and it's say from 7 to 13 the employee was sick. There is no payment here. You can always put the payment how much you want to put, but normally remember the sick pay or any statutory pay, there is a requirement for that. For example, the employee have to have a minimum earnings. Without having a minimum earnings, the employee cannot get the sick pay. Now for example, if the employee earn less than the average income, that is for example £118 a week, the company don't have to pay the sick pay. They can claim from the job center. So you need to know this thing, like how much the employee need to earn, and the employee need to work after a certain period. For example, 26 weeks the employee need to work for a company in order to entitle for the sick pay or any statutory payment. So this sort of thing you need to know from the note, so that you know like this employee is entitled for the sick pay or not. But you can always override. For example, if employee is sick, and if the system is not generating it because the system don't have the information, you can always override by yourself. So here it is, all the information. If you want to remove it, you can select the week again, and you just click sick pay, so it will be gone. And any sort of payment you want to do manually, you can do the manual adjustment for that. You can click on the settings, so edit settings, and we'll have a different settings option, and you can see like employment, the rates, you can add it here. The next one, you have addition and the deduction. Now, addition and deduction is all about if you like to pay any additional payment to the employee. For example, if you like to pay £500 bonus or commission or dividend, any sort of thing, or loan, holiday pay, you can add from there. For example, if you want to pay some bonus, it will become here, and how much it is you can always add. So for example, £500 bonus, it will be added with the gross pay. And the deduction section is, for example, if you want to deduct some loan from the employee's earnings. For example, employee are paying back the loan through the PAYE or from the monthly payroll, from the monthly earnings, so you can deduct from there. For example, if you like to charge employee for the uniform, if you like to charge employee for the DBS, you can always do that. And we have few here, that is that already default payroll giving and salary sacrifice, but you can always make the new one. So new deduction, you can write the name, for example, DBS charge. So you do the DBS for the employee and you charge for that, and let's say you charge £60 for that. Now this option will tell you you want to deduct it before the tax, after the tax. Normally you don't select this option until you know like what you are doing, because all this income, gross income, has to be charged with the PAYE, so you really don't have to do it until you are sure about that. So it will be minus from your payroll, from the payslip, and you'll get less money for that. And finally you have some note. If you like to tell any note on the payslip, for example, you want to tell employee how much holiday the employee is entitled, or if you like to say any note like employee can only take holiday during the summer break. So if you like to mention any note on the payslip, you can always do that. And some note if you don't want to put on the payroll, so just for your internal record. For example, if employee have any issues, you can write it down on the note, so that you can see for this employee, let's say the rate is £20, it will be changed on April for £25. So you can always write it down here, so that like you can see, okay, there will be changes in future. If you like to show in the payslip, you can show that as well. So this is a section for your payment and addition, deduction. You can do everything from here. So this period show you like how much is earning for this month, and year to date is how much from the last year April till today. So this is a cumulative till now, year to date, and this period. And once you are happy, you can click finalize the payslip. So it will show you like what is the finalize of the payslip. You can see I have a 2 employee. We just make a payment for 1, so you can click OK. And they said outstanding is automatic enrollment. You say click anyway, because we don't want to put them on the pension now until like if you want to. And after that you can click here at the payslip. You can click select like email payslip. The payslip will be gone automatically to the employee, but if you want to print it, you can always click this one, print payslip, and print preview will show you how the payslip look like. So now you can see here we have on the left hand side is always the gross pay, remember that. So you can see on the gross pay we have £2,000, and we have a hourly pay for the 500, and we have a bonus 500. On the other hand, the right hand side is the deduction. There is no tax because we put just new employee, and it shows like this is his first job, so the tax is up to £12,500. The tax is a free income, so there will be no tax anyway. And the DBS charge, so all the deduction will show here, and the net payment will come to the bank. It will shows here how much is the net payment. So you can see the total gross pay 3,000 and total deduction 324, and on the bank the money will be received 2675. And obviously like this payslip you can send to the employee. Now there are different format of payslip you have in this software. If you don't like this format, you can make a different format. There is no problem for that. So that's how is everything for your addition and deduction for the employee, and that's how we can make the payslip and send the payslip. And if I like to change anything, if I'm not happy with the payslip, if I like to make any sort of amendment, I can always say reopen the payslip, and it will ask me, are you sure? I need to say yes, then it will take me again to the same page, and I can change anything if I like. So if I like to save the PDF file for the payslip, I can click export payslip, and that's how I can save it and send by email. So all of this thing is possible from the payroll option, and once we are done, we can move to the next month, and the next month will show you like you only move to the next month once you're done the payroll for all the employees, and you move to the next month, and this information later on you can submit to the HMRC. So all of this we learn for the addition and deduction, and how to make the payslip, how to put the hours and everything. So you can see from here. Remember that any sort of addition you like to make, you can do from here. If you like to change the tax code and the NI table, you can do from here. From the employment, if you like to change the department, you can do it from here. There's a UK living wages, minimum wages, you can select from here. Rate, you can create more than one rate. For example, if someone work even on a daily basis, hourly basis, you can select everything from here, even though you have some piecework system as well. So piecework of the day means if you like to enroll any employee based on the number of unit they make. For example, if one employee make 1 unit, he is entitled for £1. So how many unit they make, based on that you can put this one here. So all of this you can do from this section from the payroll. I hope now we understand how to make the pay slip based on the different period, and how to make the additional deduction, including the statutory payment for the SNP and sick pay, all of this. On the next section, we're going to see in more detail for our another new area. So from here, we just need to know how to make the pay slip and how to make the addition and deduction and any sort of statutory payment.